Welcome to Starupture playtest. My name is Nilaus, and this is the playtest available now for a couple of days before the imminent release in the 6th of January. So let's get in there and have some fun with it. I'm streaming it on Twitch when I can, and I'm also now thinking that, hey, you know what? Let's put some stuff on YouTube so we can enjoy while we wait for the release on 6th of January. So what is StarRupture? Well, StarRupture is a game, as you can see. It's very much like Satisfactory. It is you're a prisoner. You're working for a evil megacorp. You're stranded on a hostile planet. You have to explore. You build a factory. It's a really good formula, and we absolutely love that formula. So why not explore that some further? It has some really cool, unique features like the StarRupture thing that we're going to be taking a look at. So I think I'll just be playing this, and if you like it, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know if this is something you want to see more of. Then I'd be happy to record some episodes so we can explore this game when it's brand new. I expect to cover it a lot as we move forward. All right, let's dive in. Alright, we are in the game now. We are playing as a biologist. There are 4 different classes, and it's kind of the idea is that you can also play it as 4-player co-op, and the 3 other characters you're not playing will still have a conversation even though they're sort of sleeping here. So we'll have sort of random conversations popping up now and then. We'll see if that gets overwhelming and annoying, but we'll see. Here we have the welcome letter, where it just basically says the usual stuff, that we are a convict, that we have to do stuff for them in order to sort of commute our sentence. Shift for run, not like when we started playing Satisfactory and I played 19 episodes without realizing that there was a run feature in the game. Man, was that frustrating to watch the YouTube episodes there. Right, so how does this work? We have a mining gun, and we have these asteroids. These asteroids, I mean, first of all, isn't it just absolutely beautiful? I love when a game does this. This is very much like Elden Ring. You come in and go like, ooh, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is that up there? What is this over there? Like, that's just a great way to get started. So these asteroids, there are these pockets of sort of resources on it, and if you sort of take those out, then you can kind of get the rest of it to sort of pop a little bit easier. But I guess we still have to do like the whole thing. There we go. And then we get like random materials, wolfram and titanium, but we also get a meteor heart, which is something you kind of need to do. Other things, these hydrobobs, there is like in I would say like Subnautica, other survival games, you also have to get resources and manage your food and water. And these hydrobobs are great for, well, water. And that's actually kind of, as far as it's basically the best way of getting this. So we'll definitely want to get some of these in the beginning. At basically any time they respawn, we are going to get a good batch of this. But as I must,
I've learned something new.
You learned something new. Great. Oh, you leveled up. Oh, there's actually new stuff like leveling. Here we're gonna be getting some more of these locations. You can see that we can also just mine the whole thing, and then the progress bar next to it goes down really slowly, and on our weapon you can see the heat over on the right hand side. It goes up, and it is now overheated. It's now overheated, and then it has to cool down. That's the mining drill that has to cool down. I wonder if we have to start over or if it is partially broken now. Well, I guess we'll see. No, it's still partially broken. Good. So we need to get some titanium and some wolfram in order to get started on our base building. So let me just grab a little bit of this while running around, and then we can get started on the actual base building. Alright, we got some materials, and let's see if what we can build. We go for the build menu here. The first thing we want to do is build a base core, which will sort of protect us from the dangers of everything. And I want to build it a little bit higher up here, and we can rotate it, but it is on a grid. And let's see, we can take the height up, and I think
101. You look like you're a magnet for trouble.
I won't pretend I'm
and now
a
they
saint.
sort of have a little bit of a
this
shit
and
up.
that in my time for those in need.
People like you don't understand order. You just cause more problems for everyone else.
And you always followed orders and ended up in the exact same place as I did. I'd rather not follow anyone and be free.
You know nothing about me.
Oh, the building here, if you hold right click, then you can build like multiple, but you have to click left click to actually commit it. And there's also a support system, so they can't build like infinitely far out if I continue to build. Remember, the Q button in Fabricator is the Z key, that's super important, but then it says not stable because we're now building too far out. What we can do then is build like a support platform like this. There. And then it becomes stable again, and then you can build like 6 tiles out from this. Pretty neat.
I've gotten slightly better.
And then I am going to, you feel slightly better, that's good. We are going to build a wall up here so we can go up and start building. So what do we want? This is our core that will protect the surrounding area, and we build it pretty high up so we have lots of space to build on, which I think is a good idea. First thing we want to do, I also really want to sort of, for this build here, just kind of have some walking path between the main buildings. And then here we're going to have some habitat, which is where we're going to live. So let's start by making a habitat here. Let's get it up. And then you can see that lock thing over on the right side. Now we know that it's locked into this one. Great. So this is our habitat. And we're not going to get in without an airlock. So should we have the airlock here or here? Well, I think we'll have it here because we're going to go in from the side. So now we can go into the airlock. And this is our inside. It's not much, but it's ours. And I think I want to just, for the time being, I actually want to, because I know I'm going to need more. So I want to get a second one of these already built immediately. It's not expensive. And then we can, dude, it's not working. It was to rotate the wrong way. They're not the same size. So that one. There. That looks like it's now hitting correctly. There as deep, yes. And then we do a connector between these two. Yes. So now we can go in. Boop. And then we have a connector over here. Actually, that's a bad place to have the connector. We'll just do fidget a little bit with this. That's okay. Unfortunately, we can't sort of make it into one big room. And that's a much better place. Good. So now we have a big place. So what do we want to build? The first things we want to build is, let's see, we can do a corporate terminal. That is, and where's the handcrafter? Oh yeah, the basic item printer. We want these things to be the first things that come in. So that's going to be the item crafter, and that is going to be the corporate terminal. Those are the two things that are main point. This is basically our quest hub where we have 5 different companies and we want to do favors for them. And as we do favors, we unlock new tools and equipment from them. That's pretty good. And this is our basic handcrafter. And I can just go in here and make the materials, and then I can handcraft all of this. So we have a ton more materials, like a lot more. So now we should be able to just build as we want. Anything else that we want here? We have an analyzing station. Analyzing station is basically a way that we can take random items here and we can get some points. We don't actually get new tech or anything, we just get some of these points. And once we get these points, those are useful for sort of unlocking. You can see here we need 200 points or credits, and we can add these credits here, and then it sort of bypasses stuff if we don't want to craft it, and we can just do that. So, and some other research as well also cost money. And it's probably be a good idea to actually build this in front of our door, even though it's also there. So that is the first thing we want to do. Then let's see, this is a really good place to build out there. Actually, I really don't like this location. Yeah, let you go away now, because I want solar panels out here. Yes, we don't need that now. We can build it out on this side instead if we want to get a second one there. Building is not stable. Oh, right. Okay. So weird. This part. Is it too high or what? No. There. And then I can press T. Then it locks in, and then I can sort of look if it's the correct. I don't
get it, Sam.
There you go.
What's so interesting in beetles or flowers?
They're part of the world we live in and are inextricably connected to it. We wouldn't exist without beetles or flowers.
We wouldn't exist without
and
fundamental
now this
forces. Beetles and flowers can be easily replaced with automated systems. You can't replace electromagnetism.
You'd really want to live in a world without plants?
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, so this is like two other things. This is the biologist, our character, talking to the scientist. It would be nice to sort of like have a little pop-up so we can see what's happening. So let's see. This is what we want to do now. Level 1 is apparently completed. So the way we work it, now we have to sort of build a factory of sorts. We're going to build something over here. And I'm just going to get just a little... that one. And also get some tiles. We are not caring about efficiency here in terms of like making a small footprint base. We are much more interested in getting just something nice to walk around in. Good. So the first thing we want to do now is work under here, excavation. We can get some of these. I think that's better. And we can also build another one up here, which is that pointing towards us? Yes. And we also have another option up there. But let's start with these two. So what do? This is a miner. These mining locations are, as far as I can tell, infinite. And they require some power, which it doesn't have. It gets connected with power through rail lines or through grid. So all of this platforms here, they conduct electricity, but right now we don't have any electricity, so let's actually get that as well. Here. Too long. There we go. And then let's build first some power. That's under the lightning. And then that's the only thing power we have is solar power. There. So, that one. No. Who did that? Try again. There. Takes a little bit of getting used to this this build here, but there is a really cool option later on that is godsend. And Satisfactory should take note, because that's amazing. But this is a little bit difficult to set up. But I think this is going to be good for us now. Let's see. And yeah, I really would like to just build the whole thing. That one. But then I don't need to worry about power for a while. Yeah, and there. Good. So let's look at the power. We are producing 100 because each of them are producing 10. And then we can need to start hooking things up. So the first thing we want to do over here is most likely, I don't know what let's see if we have the smelter, because I think, yeah, okay, so we do have a smelter. So let me just build a smelter here. That one we'll just set up, let's set 2 smelters up here. That is good. Good, so there we go. We now have 2 smelters and we have 2 locations up here. So let's take and make a connection that is over here, rails. They go from here and into that one. And you go from here, too far away. There we go. And then can it reach all the way in? No, just a little bit off. No, I don't want it there. So I want it actually here. Like that. And that looks like, oh. Why? Let's do something. Oh, that's weird. That's probably because I walked into it. It is a little bit fidgety sometimes. Oh, right. Okay, so if you click, this is a really important thing that they added since the demo. If you right-click here, now this is a 1x1. If I right-click, this is 2x2, which is something I've requested, and probably other people then as well, that you can now do, have them either be sort of connecting in the middle, which is perfect. So this is 3 wide, then I want it to connect in the middle. I want it to be right there. T to make sure that it locks in, and then there. And then from here, go in. Because it just kind of it just looks nicer this way. Not stable, there you go. I could do the same thing for this one, just to sort of be consistent, couldn't I? Yeah, it would be. And then we press this line, and you need a connection point, and that gets into this location.
You were a soldier?
T, and then scroll
right.
up.
Then I have a question.
So I guess
how can you sleep knowing everything you had to do in the name of the IRO?
Don't sleep too well. But not because of the orders I carried out, but because of the ones I didn't.
So even after your sentencing, you're still on their side?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna click this and then we'll see how it works.
All of us.
Now they go in here.
Of peace.
We are not going to be friends.
I didn't get that conversation. So here's the interesting thing. This does not work like a conveyor belt where it just pushes out. It only pushes out when there's a demand on the other side. So this will now go in, and you can see here it takes 2 items, and then it generates 2 items, and for 2 seconds. Cool. So I guess the next thing we probably want to do is figure out what we want to get for this. This is the orbital. This is where we send it to space so we can get harvester points. Again, this is too wide, which means that the intersection here, the real intersection, is on the edge of the little blocks. But if I right click, then it becomes 3 wide. You can say, why would I want it bigger? Well, because then I can actually insert it so that there's a straight line, and you know me and straight lines. So yeah, a straight line from here to here, one of the best little changes, and then we see what we want. Oh, that's not it. But this one. So titanium bars. We want 200 titanium bars, so we start working on this. Like, what are we getting here? I have no idea. But what I do know is, oh, not enough resources. Oh no. Okay, so we do need more resources here. I'm gonna take this because that's half of what we need, and here, that one's also half of what we need. So what I need to do now is get some more construction materials, because we start using a lot of construction materials. Don't even have enough. So that means we actually need, this is the tricky part. If I get, this kind of sucks because I really wanted one more of this. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough resources. Oh, I do have enough resources. Let me plant it. Let's see, it doesn't build because it's not connected. So I can kind of cheat it to connect, even though it doesn't go anywhere. So by just clicking here, and as long as I connect it to the grid over here, then it will work. And like this, I press T to make it stick, and then like that. That means it doesn't go out here because there's only sending out when there's a pull request, but it should give it power and it should work, which means that I have now a place where this is generating faster than I could mine it myself, and that means we can get some more of these materials in order to make more construction materials. So let's get more construction materials and continue our build. Okay, we continue to rebuild, and what we want to rebuild is another one of these here, and we click so it becomes a 3x3. Get it up to the right level, and then I just struggle to get it in here. One down. There we go. So that should be, get this in from here and in here. So we're going to be working on these like a lot of times, and we got the Selen Corporation, now the Griffith Corporation, and let's see if the other ones. Okay, so there's 3 that we need the Wolfram and 2 that need this one. So let's go work on the other one. We're going to be building basically over here. There will be 3 of these locations as well, and I want to get them into exactly the same locations as we have here. So let's try and make some smelters here. We want to make something that looks nice and neat, and that first rotate it so that it comes in, and we build it up here. That's 1 and 2, and since there's full refund, we don't really have to worry too much about like building too many or consolidating. This one goes out, and on this side I also get this out this way here, and I also want some walls, some go down, and that's going to be here on this path, that one, and oh, there. Good, and I also should have the same thing on this one, because that's also a place. Right, so now we need to get, these will all be processing the Wolfram, oops, and the Wolfram. And then it needs to go, I'm gonna put these between all of them. I'm not sure that's like the best idea ever, but I like it right now, and we'll probably change it later on. So this one, we are going to be making the here, and again we are going to change it. This is pointing away from us, now it points towards us, and then go up and close up. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And then we can get the inputs, that one input, and that one input, and that one input, and then we choose the first one, which will go up to 2,200, and the fourth one, and then this one will be the 5th one. Perfect. We don't know what we get, but we know that we need to get all of it. So now the only thing we need is to go over here, build 3 of these, and then sort of route them in here, which is might be a little bit cumbersome, but we'll find a way. Alright, so we got this in. It's not pretty, but it works for now. There will later on be better carriers. There's also one comment that I should address, is that these can carry 120, and I believe that They are producing, they're consuming here at insufficient power. Well, no, someone has really been cranking out the power here, so that's not surprising. And let's see, so these ones, well, it's 2 per 2 seconds, so it's consuming 1 per second, so I should have one rail should be able to consume both of them, but I'm gonna need to go in here and make a little bit more of this. There's a little bit more, and I also can go over here and just grab some more of this, this one and this one. There
I can use that.
Yes, you can. And we're going to be extending our power supply out here. Oops. And oh, it's actually not even. Oops. So we take you and get you that one. And I don't know how much I need, but we'll happily get all we want, all we need here. There we go. Oh, so nice that I can build above these rocks. Happily get more and more. Good. So that is a lot of power here. Well, it's some power at least. Let's have a look at how much we got. We got 160 in the grid and we are using 100. So we should see over here. Oh, there's actually an extra one, but that's probably outside of my build area. It's going out. The reason why it's only going out is because I have not set... No? Oh, it's coming in now. Okay, good. And that means all of these are working. Let's go over here and check on the last of these. I think I also want to have 3 here because I have 3 locations. There's one up there as well. So might as well just build a third one like this as well. And you can see that the buildings, they have sort of solid pillars, but we want to have the walkways open so that I can run underneath. Well, not everywhere, but when I should be able to sort of run underneath here. I think that's just a convenient thing when we build a little bit in the in the air. That one, and then we switch to get over to the other one, the other build method, and get a little bit closer. There you go. Good. This one isn't really doing anything. It's not really going to be doing much. We don't have a storage yet, so there isn't any way for us to store it. But oops, from here and into that one, and then we can build. There you go. This is nice. And I need to get some pillars here, that one and that one, and then I think we're gonna get, this looks like it's in the middle, so we'll do that as well here. That seems touch, and then we see if we have enough. I wonder if we do have enough. Good. So that goes. Oh no, insufficient resources. Oh no, it does. No, I have 62. Damn it, we don't have enough. So, another round of making more of these, which shouldn't be a problem because we now have a nice little base here. And I think it's a really decent structure. So let's hook up the last one and then wait for some of these to actually complete some of the research.
I am detecting increased rupture
Oh
activity.
no!
Prepare yourselves for a wave.
So this is interesting. This is the core mechanic of StarRupture is, well, the StarRupture. There is like a rift up here, which is going to go crazy in a... That's a 2-minute warning, so in 2 minutes it'll be very bad to stay outside. So let's go in here and let's see. Maybe I want to move you somewhere else because I'd like to be able to also look out on that side. So let's build the analyzing station over here.
I need to drink something.
Not now. There, and then I'm gonna go out, even though it's because I want to viewports. That one and that one. Great. So we can look out on those sides, and then we can go in, and then let's see. Inventory. Here we can see we are not great on food, so let's use a few of these. This one only gets.
The fruit on Arcadia can alleviate hunger, but putting unknown things into one's mouth is rarely beneficial to the individual. Though,
Rarely
of course,
beneficial.
it was beneficial to the development
There.
of
So that we're
civilization.
full. No toxicity,
Although
full
this
health,
fruit
full
is
shield.
edible, that won't always be the case.
And we are going to stay in here, watch the StarRupture come in. You can see it changes, it gets a little bit more intense, so if you're out and about, then when you get the 2-minute warning, you really want to run back. And we have a nice little, yeah, a thing up there. It's a star, it's erupting, and we gonna hide it here. So the buildings don't take damage, but they get heated. And then it scorches everything, which is both good and bad because it sort of renews the cycle.
The
There we go.
Civilian Corporation thanks you for your shipment.
Oh, right, that's
Your rewards are waiting in the corporate terminal.
and we also have the wave coming in. So this means that there's going to be a limit to how far you can go away from a habitat. You can always
Rupture
just build
eruption
new
has
habitats if you want.
Prepare for impact.
And here we go. That is going to be massive. And then we can also see here. Oh, we're going to just do, and that's the firestorm.
Extreme temperature detected.
Yep. And the whole location is completely scorched. So this is a really cool thing. So basically what it does is it makes new asteroids fall, which is great because that means it's a replenishable resource. It means that it kills all enemies. There are enemies. And it, yeah, but they will then respawn. So you can actually run out to places that are alien infected and rush out as soon as this lands before they respawn. But then the world slowly regenerates and starts a new cycle, which is a really cool way of handling respawns in a game like this, and I absolutely love it. Let's have a look at the corporate terminal to see what we got. We got a Fabricator, which is going to be amazing, which means this is something we can see. Look at the recipes scrolling over on the right-hand side. There's a lot of things we can do. So that's definitely something, and now it's returning to the same temperature. And then our buildings are not working because, well, they are very hot. I can just hold here and cool them down a little bit. And I can open, but I don't want to go out here. But if we, for some reason, just really need to go out, we can sort of unlock them one by one. But the temperature is a little bit too much for us right now. With it knocked down our shield to half. So now it turns gray. Shield's fine, and then we'll get like a warning or a notification that it's safe to exit again. And we don't have anything to craft. Nope, not yet. And go down here. Salt. And is it good? Is it safe? There should be like a notification. You can see our buildings are also overheated and need to cool down. This is basically what our... Is it too hot? This one is doing. This one is the base core is making sure that we don't overheat. And you can see there's a maximum capacity. And you can eventually upgrade it as well with a lot of things that we don't really have access to right now. So we can make it better, but this is also how big this base can be. And then we have to go out and build some new bases. Is it working again? No, not yet. It's not working yet. This one, we can just get returned. So here, for example, we can either go up and make titanium rods, or we can continue to feed it titanium bars. I think we'll just do this one for now, and then we'll change the whole thing in a little bit when we need it. Which one was it? That was this one. We'll just do this one for now. There we go. And then the rest start working again. So the factory has returned to normal. The whole ground is scorched, and there's something interesting out there. So maybe just run out. The water has evaporated as well, and we can now go out in here into this area. There's a little bit of a flamey thing here, which I'd like to see. In the meantime, our base is chugging along, working. This is a rare material that is not common, so we need this only is available right after.
What is this?
This is Ignitium, a
Ignitium.
cosmic mineral that's good at storing heat, but also releases it quickly. It can help you cool your base. But hurry, if not controlled, it sublimates rapidly.
Yeah, so that means we need to pick it up. For some reason, when we pick it up, then this becomes stable. Good. We can go out here, get some more asteroids. There's also something in the asteroids that we get the calcium, because we don't have calcium ore here, but we'll get that in our next base. It's a little way off. And we can then just start like, oh, never mind, it's overheated already. But it's pretty cool that we can go out and grab these right now, or if we have some places that's really alien infected, we can wait until after a StarRupture, and then use that as an opportunity to go out there before they respawn. Really a cool idea. There's no biters right now because they have been killed off by the StarRupture, and then they will respawn later on.
The Griffiths Blue
There we
Corporation is
go.
grateful for all of your shipments. Remember that supporting this particular company will allow you to upgrade your arsenal, which will certainly help in surviving on Arcadia.
Surviving. So, now we want to actually get the Fabricator online, and I misplaced it. Damn. Anyway, let's not misplace the other one, and let's build it here. Here, and here, and then you can be removed. And rebuild again. Yeah. There you go. Alright, so now this Fabricator is going into... That connects here. And then that will go into these... Oops. The launchers again. Now, we are going to be restructuring this a few times. I don't mind so much. There. And here. And... Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Alright. So, if we look at this here, the Cellen can be doing the titanium rods. Great. And this one is also doing... It could do either of these, but I'll do titanium. And then I'll just also set you to titanium. Good. And then we built the progression here. From here into that Fabricator and that one. Of course, they're not started yet, because the Fabricator is not set to what recipe to build. But that's just kind of the next tier of this. As we get further, we can do some more advanced stuff. But right now, it's just a matter of getting this... Oh, let's also get you started like this here. That. And you are also going to be titanium rods there and there. So let's get that started. And then they feed in here. So that is sort of the next thing. If we look at this one, then it's using 1 per second, 1 per 2 seconds, which means that I could actually have one of these ones, which makes 2 per second, 2 per 2 seconds, feed into 2 fabricators. But I'm not really doing that.
How
not right
should
now.
I address you?
Sergeant is fine.
You can call me Doctor.
B1690 has a doctorate too.
Yes, but I have more of them.
Oh, right. So that was the soldier. Soldier and scientist, and the arrogant scientist wants to be addressed as doctor, even though there is the biologist is also obviously doctor. You know what? I actually want a walking path here. So that's the beautiful thing about this game is like there's no cost for doing this. Oh yeah, okay. Well, the cost is that we don't have power right now. Whatever. Let's have a look at what we get from this. We completed this one, and we get a pistol. I'm sure there's comments.
We hope it will help you better deal with the planet's dangers.
Gal, what dangers do you have in mind? This is a peaceful mission, and in the documents I had access to, I don't remember seeing anything about a predator species on the planet, aside from us.
Arcadia 7 still has some surprises
that's a lot.
in store for you.
Reloading.
That's 900 shots. That's kind of okay. Even I should be able to process that. In here we can take. Let's see what would that actually get. Oh, that gets a lot. The ignium. We're gonna need this. We're gonna need this. Even though this gives 100 each, I don't want to do that. But I do want these polyfruits because they're kind of useless. So we'll just send it in here and just get some points for it. The other ones I'm gonna keep. Might even want to put them into some storage. At later stage. Let's get our mining up here. Alright, so where are we? Oh, what I wanted to see was actually in here. I want to see they're 79, they're 80% yield, all of them. So let's get those completed and then do an upgrade for those as well.
Great work.
There we go. We are now completing these.
Solutions
There we
is
go.
now receiving all requested items. New rewards
Let's
and
have a look.
tasks
We
are
get
waiting for you in
a
the terminal.
regeneration chamber. So let's build that in here. The regeneration chamber is basically when you die, not if, but when. We can regenerate here. So
Printing point has been
there we go.
updated.
Printing point.
When you happen to die, I will send your mind here.
When?
And this is where your sleeve will be printed.
And a recipe
When?
station.
Apologies. If you happen to die.
There.
Congratulations. You can now unlock new
So this one
functionality for your
gives us
buildings at
new
the recipe station.
New locations
But
or
the
new
buildings
things.
can
That one.
already do these things. Why would we need to unlock anything?
And we can also build this one.
Arcadia 7 is a very particular place, full of specific resources and requirements.
Oh, we didn't have enough of that.
The
Damn.
building's programming needs to be updated as these requirements change, to avoid unnecessarily clogging up memory as well as transfer fees.
It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price and everything would go smoother.
Yeah, that's
I'll
a good point.
respond with one of Mr. Claywood's favorite sayings. This is exactly why you're not the richest person in the world.
Now we know more.
Now we know more. There was a smelter. Which one? There was one of them that had something we wanted, like that one. Boop, just so we see, we just unlock a new recipe in the Fabricator. And then we'll have to unlock a lot of other ones, for example, titanium beams if we want that. And the last unlock here we have available is a personal storage, which is going to be coming super handy, I think, because that's... we can build some of these here. And then we can ditch some of the things that we have a little bit too much of here. That one. We'll build these ones. We're not going to carrying around this. I'll carry around this. And I'll put you in here as well. Good. Maybe I should ditch some ammo as well. There we go. So that is... now we can go out over to these here. And then we can see what the new solutions want. They want some Wolfram wire, or this one wants... that's not going to kill calcium, it's going to be a problem, or Wolfram wire. So we can take two of them to reconfigure into Wolfram wire. And that means we just gonna have to remove, and... yeah, and there. So this means now go back here on that one Fabricator. Here, Fabricator, and I think I will have to all three of them do Fabricators there, and you're also going to do Fabricator here. We currently don't really have a use for anything that's lower tier, so, and we can always just pick it up from... But is this the right ratio though? Because if we look at this one, that takes 2 per 4 seconds. So it's actually... it's now half as fast, so we could actually have 2 of these for everyone. So this one will not drain. Well, that is what it is. But what I can, or what I want to try to do is I want to try and see if we can build multiple of these ones connecting at the same place. So this start as a 2x2. I want to cover it like this. I have a plan. Like that, and like that, and let me see if I can just get... let's try and get 3 of these. Damn, it's really hard to get it to sort of place. Good, so that is in here, and then I want that to be a rail connector, and I click it so it becomes a 4x4, a 2x2, I mean, that one, and that one, because then it's aligned with this. And let's see, I think I have to do the same thing on the other side. Is that the right location? Yeah. Here. Okay, so that I think works. Unfortunately, I can only get one of these to go in here. So let's try that going in there. Goes in here. Hey, this is just an attempt at doing something a little different here. Funny how they should be... oh, it's just the height that's changing. It's not the... so, from here to here. Good. So, no demand, but if I change this to... future health, insufficient power, what a surprise. And on the other side, I'll change it to, which one was it?
Hey, Han?
That one.
I'd prefer it if you address me using my rank.
Don't you think that makes communication more difficult? There's only 4 of us here. Who are you trying to impress?
A soldier placeholder dialogue.
By murdering people.
Among other things.
Soldier
So, Han,
placeholder dialogue.
how about taking a little break? That sounded like a yes to me. Great.
More power, more power. We probably should have a power farm somewhere else that doesn't potentially block this one, which it absolutely will. There. But at least we need to get some power online for our increasing factory. Oops. Can I do that? Yes, there. Okay, cool. That's enough, right? 220 versus 210. Oof, cutting it close. These are... So, does this work? Is it accruing? It is still accruing here. So, I think this is like on a 10-second cycle, and the other one here, if this is now producing at a 2-second cycle, so 2 every 4 seconds, then that's 1 every second. That means this is 1 every 2. That means it should be able to support 5. Yeah. It does seem like it can support more than this. Yeah, man, nope. Actually, all of them are going. I really would like to have had like 2 of these going in. Funny, this is also producing, just so it's done. Yeah. So we can definitely expand this in a more meaningful way, but it's also really stuck on power here. Let's see. Yeah. That's gonna be a different design, I guess. Alright, so we have a new feature, new monstrosity built here, because apparently this got too far off the ground, so I had to sort of get a level down, which is awful, and something I don't like, but I guess we can't build hover platforms. Damn it, curse you. That means it's less good of a game than Satisfactory, because we can't make sort of floating platforms. But actually, honestly, I do like it. I mean, yes, these can go out to a certain floatiness, but only to a certain floatiness. Let's see. Yeah, and, you know, it has a certain something to it. And that one's not stable. And then these, yeah, see that, then it becomes unstable out here. So it's more like a Valheim in any way, but these can now be set up to, which one was it? That one. So future health goes in here. And that one, future health, there. And on the other side we can do that one. And that one. And this one. So they're now rolling out here. So it won't be able to keep up on the belt, but if I'm producing 1 every 2 seconds, that's 30 per minute, 30 per minute, 30 per minute, and these ones can carry 120. So it can, once it's saturated, it can carry it. And if I could just build more out here, then I absolutely would. I don't think I can, because I think we have issues with this. Let's see. No, this is fine. Oh, so now that got pillared again because it's building is not stable somehow. Let's see if this can now be built here. Yes. Good. There. Building is not stable. So this is the problem here. Like, how do we get this? Okay, so now it's stable. Yeah, it's... There's definitely something weird about this. And then something else got knocked out because that turned out to not be stable anymore. Like that disappeared by itself. Just some lack of stability. Interesting. So the stability thing is definitely something we need to work on. It looks like it is a certain level of advanced, which I like. Let's see, this one was here. And insufficient power, that's kind of the last thing we want to fix. But we just have a stupendous amount of power built here. But maybe it's just because we built a little bit too big of a factory, to be perfectly honest, for what we should be doing now. But hey, that's just me, isn't it? That is, yes. So you're gonna go out here. So let's just plop this in full of full of power plants, and go further. No. Funny, I can't push further away. Yeah. Oh, that's also interesting how that's not stable. Okay, so they're almost stable, but not really. And then I guess this one will be stable again. Interesting. Yeah, fill this area out. Nope. And once we fill this out, we definitely have enough power. And final one. Yeah. Good. So that's enough power. How much? 320. Good. Alright, moving over and taking a look at our new plant here. See, I didn't want to build this one out because I want to be able to look out, so I don't know what to build here. Doesn't matter. This is definitely a pretty good start for the first episode, so I hope you liked it. I hope you get a sense for what the factory and the initial game is like. I think it's super fun, super exciting, and the next episode, if there will be one, depending on your likes and shares and comments and all that stuff, then views, then we'll be going out and exploring the wildlife. Now we have a gun, so why not?
Changing mags.
Changing mags. 9. Pew! Fire the gun.
Reloading.
Good. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always,
Mate,
stay effective.
What do you think of